n8n just released their AI workflow builder, and in the next 30 seconds I'll show you how to use it and a hidden trick for you to access it without waiting for the phased release. By the end of this video, you'll see if this AI generated workflows work in real scenarios and a secret method to unlock access immediately. I will be running 3 tests: easy, medium, and hard, to see how it performs. You'll see which workflows succeed and which fail, including the hidden trick to bypass waiting and get instant access. Let's put it to test and see the n8n's AI workflow builder in action. Let's go. As of right now, you can access this AI workflow builder only on the Claude version of n8n, which is the 14-day trial, the starter plan, or the pro plan. I'm going to be trying this out on the 14-day trial. However, for the self-host version, because that is what I use for my n8n workflows, n8n themselves have said that they are actively exploring the best ways to bring this feature to the self-hosted users. So as of right now, it's only available for the cloud users only. So if you are in a similar situation as myself, where you use a self-hosted version of n8n and you'd like to try out this feature, what you can do is go over to the n8n.io website and try out the free trial, which you can easily do that by clicking right here. Once you do that, in order for you to have access, you need to be on the latest version of the n8n beta, I think, which you can do that by going over here to the admin panel, clicking on the settings tab, and making sure that you are on the latest beta, not the latest stable version. Once you do that, just click on the save changes and your n8n instance will upgrade. And once you do that, what you want to do is check if this has been released on your own instance, as n8n themselves have said that this will be released in phases. However, if you cannot wait like myself, what you can do is just basically go into the inspect here, click on console, and paste this right here. Once you paste it, you're gonna just click on enter, and all you have to do is close this out and basically just restart, refresh. Once you refresh, you will have access to this, and that is how you can get access to this AI workflow builder. If you'd like to get access to the copy of text that I just pasted so that you'll have access to this feature, all you'd have to do is click the first link in the description below and join the Builders Lab community. Once you're there, you would find a text there so that you can copy and paste and get access to this AI workflow builder in case you do not have it yet. Top of that, this AI workflow builder works based on a credit-based system. So for the trial users, you have 20 credits. For the starter plan, which is this one, you have 50 credits, and for the pro plan, you have 150 credits. And how the credit work is basically any message you send over here, if you click on here and you send a message, that is 1 credit. And if a workflow is made and you send another message, that costs as another credit. So that's basically how the credit system works. And all I'm gonna do now is start with the first test, which is the easy test. For the first test, we are gonna be building website scraper that basically scrapes the website and finds social media accounts found on that website. So we basically pasted our prompt here, and that basically says create a workflow that lets me submit a website URL and automatically scrapes all the social media links found on that website. So we provided with the prompt. It's going to take 1 credit, and once we send, it's going to think. So we are just going to give it a few seconds so that it would make the workflow that we requested. Also, if you click on this top, it's not going to take a credit for me, so it only takes credits for completed execution. Just finished, and first impressions, this from a high level overview, it looks like it's gonna get the job done, because it starts with a webhook, which you provide the URL of the website, I believe, and once you do that, it does a GET request. Perfect. And then after that, it extracts, so it checks for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Okay, then it returns the result. Wow. And it also gives you the setup, so you have to first activate the workflow, then test it. Wow. Okay, so for the easy, I believe from just going through the nodes, I believe this has done a good job. So all I'm gonna do is test it out now so that you can see if it actually works. But from just seeing how the nodes are set up, I believe this would work easily. We're going to use an online API testing tool that we have here to basically trigger this webhook. And what we're going to do is that we're going to execute each node step by step. So let's listen and let's copy this, and if we can remember it's a JSON body that has an URL. You need to get a website, so let's get a website now. So I just found a real estate website here in Nottingham that actually has a lot of social media platforms. As you can see, they have Facebook, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, and a Pinterest account. So let's copy this and paste it here. If that's basically it, all we have to do, let's send it over. Yes, perfect, and we receive it. Wow, quite impressed. So once you receive that, let's click on this to see if it would execute. So I basically script the website. Oh, I believe this. Okay, wow. So next up, then we are basically going to extract the social media links that I would see. So it got 6 items. Whoa, this is actually really good. So it did. So skip the Facebook, the Twitter, the LinkedIn, the Instagram, the YouTube, and the TikTok, but I believe the Pinterest was in script. And what it does is that it basically turns that pretty neat. Okay, so now for the second test, which is the medium test, we are going to be building a content repurposing system, which, here's the prompt, basically says create a workflow that takes a YouTube video, scrapes its transcript, repurposes the content into 3 posts, each for LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram reels. So let's pass that on to the model and let's see what's going to make out of that prompt. Just finished, and first glance, this looks really good. This AI workflow builder it's impressing me. It's impressing me, can't lie. And once it's done, it shows you how to set it up, like how to use it. Then it gives you instructions to set up each node so that you can actually run. And we can see here it uses the OpenAI models. So let's quickly set that up. We've just set it up now. And I just want to go through each node and see how it's set up. So it starts with this click node, which basically executes the workflow instead of it getting triggered by a webhook like it was on the first easy workflow that we did. And then here's where you paste a YouTube video. I believe it just asks for a YouTube video ID. Okay, instead of a YouTube video link. Okay, and it scrapes the YouTube video. Let's see how that works. Then it passes it. And it passes the transcript. And then we have, so it uses 3 agent nodes here, one for LinkedIn, one for Twitter, and one for Instagram Reels. And let's see the prompt. So basically, you're a LinkedIn content expert based on fully extract. Yeah, okay. Looks like a neat prompt, just straight to the point, and it provides a transcript here, no other tools, and I use the OpenAI GPT 4.1 mini, and I believe it's going to be the same with the Twitter one too as well. Pretty much the same for Instagram too, pretty much to the same too as well. Okay, so my first observation, I believe it made it into a transcript of a reel. So it made it into captions for reels instead of it being a script for, okay, and it combines everything into one place. I'm gonna be making the first edit of this test, which is going to be basically, we're going to update this workflow to basically take in the whole YouTube URL link, like this one. In fact, so if we were to copy this, we can basically paste it here, and we would also be updating this to basically just get us, instead of a caption, make a script for Instagram Reels. So we're going to post it here that basically says update this workflow so that I can paste the full YouTube URL, and I have to add I want it to be a script for Reels, not captions. So let's update it and let's see what it does. I just finished the update and let's see. So, okay, so you can provide a YouTube URL here, and let's see for the Instagram. Okay, wow, perfect. I'm impressed by this guy. So let's click on save here and let's set it up. So I have a YouTube video link here of one of my videos. So I'm just going to copy it here, paste it here, and let's see what it does in that. So let's click on execute workflow. So we have an error here. If you can look at it, it starts with, okay, so let's click on n8n's here, see if it can fix this. So basically putting it through its test here. So it basically says the error because your expression is trying to split and the value is a There's a YouTube short link which does not contain V. To extract. Yeah. So all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy this from here and let's see if that works. So paste that and let's see. Let's execute the workflow. Okay. So it just works with that. So we have an error where it's not executing the whole 3, which it should be, but I don't know why it was doing that. So let's individually do that, and we got nothing back. The transcript was empty, and yeah, which it wasn't meant to be empty. So I would say this is the first fail from the test, and you could get this up and running. You could definitely get this up and running and basically fix it up. But this is the first fail. Let's move on to our third and final test, which is the hard one. For the third and final one, we're basically creating a lead enrichment system. And here's the prompt that we provided. Basically, create a workflow where I can submit a lead's LinkedIn profile, and it automatically enriches their data, finding their latest post, company position, decision-making status, company revenue, recent achievements or awards, the company's latest hires, then sends all this information to my email in a well-structured format. So let's click on send and let's see what it does with this prompt. Just finished, and let's see. So from first glance, I do wonder and see how this would work. So you submit it to a webhook URL here, there. So you submit the LinkedIn URL, and then what it does, you provide your LinkedIn API key, which is not possible. The recipient's email, which is the email that will be receiving. Okay, that's fine, but this is not doable because the LinkedIn API is closed. There is a LinkedIn API, but it's extremely hard to get access to it. Okay, so this is just not possible. Okay, so I believe it's gonna be the same for all. Yeah, basically the same for all. So this is definitely not possible because it's, even in the first place, LinkedIn does not allow scraping off of their platform. I thought this would use, let's say, use an API actor to scrape this, but no, it did not. So that's another fail. That's another fail. It's also the same for the second one, because I don't think you can just scrape a YouTube video from just using a GET request of the YouTube video. You would have to use an API actor. So yeah, another fail too. Let's see if we can fix it by basically telling it to use API actors. Let's just say getting and then the API wouldn't watch it, but use API actors instead, and let's see what it's gonna do with this edit. Just finished the edit, and I think I'm gonna guess what it's gonna do. Yeah, I just hallucinated this link right here because I don't think API even has a LinkedIn profile script, because I've researched this up. Let's search this up. Let's see. API doesn't have a LinkedIn profile scraper. So that's another thing. It's also hallucinating links. So yeah, I've tried to fix it up, but no chance. But if you go through each node individually and find your API actors that you can add, I believe it would work, but then you would need to add more nodes and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for third and final test. So it basically failed the second and third test, but it passed the first one. Here are my honest thoughts on the new n8n AI workflow builder feature that we just added. So first of all, if the workflow does not require any XAPI calls, I believe it would do it in a good manner. Or let's say the API calls that it would be making are not really complex. For example, if you see in the first example, it did it quite well with just one shot prompt basically. But in the second one, it didn't work, and it basically used the most generic way of scraping a YouTube video, which by just accessing the YouTube video link directly, which YouTube itself would block that because they probably block scrapers off their platform. Same for the third one, which also tried to scrape directly from LinkedIn and also tried to make us input a LinkedIn API, which is extremely hard to get, and in the first place LinkedIn would not allow us to scrape their platform in the first place. So that's one of my first observations. The second observation is that ask it to basically, if you start in in the right direction to basically use an API actor. It doesn't have the ability to search for existing API actors that can scrape let's say LinkedIn profile, so you recent LinkedIn post, company profile, and the recent company post too as well. So it doesn't have the ability to do that. So I believe the best way to use this, if you want to get, let's say, if you want it to make good from like medium to hard workflows for you, I believe you'd have to basically do it the way you do it yourself. For like the planning phase, where before you build, you have to go through API and find the suitable actor that you're going to use, and then I believe just get that API request specifications for that specified actor and paste it in your prompt. By making your prompt even more detailed, I believe that would make it work. But by just telling it do this, it's just gonna go through the most generic and unrealistic path, which in 99% cases it's not gonna work. So yeah, that's my honest thoughts on it. But I believe this is still in beta, so as the versions keep going up, it's definitely going to get better. But this looks extremely promising. So yeah, that's that from me today. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. And if you want more exciting stuff, more exciting anytime workflows and stuff like that, make sure to join the Builders Lab community, where you can learn how to just build but also deploy this AI workflows in production. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you in there, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. So see ya and bye.